So in addition to painting the calipers or repainting the calipers on my Performance Model 3, I'm going to be adding some spacers from BONOSS or BONOSS, however you say that, formerly bloxsport. So what are spacers exactly? Well, if you notice, if you look from the side, the wheels are actually inset just a little bit from the fender. So what a spacer is going to do is bring this out almost flush with the fender here. Just gives it a little bit more of an aggressive stance, which for a performance car looks even better. You can see it's a good, I don't know, 1.5 inches. So I'm going to be putting 20 millimeter on the back and 15 millimeter on the front, and we'll see how it goes. I've got to get the car jacked up. Since I'm painting the calipers, I've got to do all that prep work, and then I'll show you how to put these spacers on. So when I took all of my wheels off, 2 of them were actually stuck due to this rust that had formed on here. I used light sandpaper to get some of the rust off. I'm going to clean that up. So to get rid of the rust, I'm going to use some of this rust neutralizer. See how that goes. And put some anti-seize lubricant on that to prevent that from happening again, hopefully. And then I'll get these spacers put on. Alright, so as you can see, I've got the calipers painted. I've got the anti-seize compound on here. It's a kind of a metallic paste, so you can see it covers up all the area that was rusty. So I'm ready to put my spacers on. This paste will keep it from seizing up if that rusts anymore, from seizing up to this, so I can't get this off. I almost couldn't get one of the wheels off. It was so stuck on there. It was almost impossible to remove. It took me about 10 minutes. But anyway, we'll get started. Before we get started though, 2 things make sure you have on hand. 10 millimeter socket. This is for removing this small screw here. What this screw does is holds this in place if you take your calipers and brakes off if you're doing a brake job. So this doesn't fall off and land on your hand or your foot or something. So you can take that out. So we need the 10 millimeter socket for that. And then also a 19 millimeter socket for these bolts, which attach the spacer to the hub. Then of course your regular socket that you use to remove the wheels in the first place. So first thing we're going to do is remove this little screw down here. It's not tight, so just a quick turn will loosen it up, and you can just remove it by hand. It's not a big screw. All right, so there we go. That's removed. So what I've got here is the 7075 alloy. This is the one that's a little bit more expensive, but it's a lot stronger. They recommend it if you're going to take your car on the track. I'm not going to do that, but I figured why not have the stronger one. This is what holds your wheel onto your car. So got the stronger one, so I'm going to put that on. First thing we're going to do is remove these protective caps here, these black caps. They're just small black plastic caps. So we'll remove all these. So then next we'll remove these nuts from the spacer. All right, so there we go. Those are off. Now again, these came highly recommended from several people. The name is BONOSS or BONOSS, B-O-N-O-S-S, formerly bloxsport. So if you've looked those up before, used to be called bloxsport, now they're BONOSS. These are the 7075 alloy, the stronger ones, more expensive ones. Gonna put these on. So what we'll do is just get this lined up. Slip that on there. We'll tighten the nuts by hand. All right, so next we're going to take our torque wrench. We are going to have this set at 129 foot-pound of torque. That's the same as what the wheels were going on. So this goes on at 129, then the wheels will actually go on at 105. So go ahead and tighten these to 129, and we'll go crisscross just like you would on your wheels. Don't tighten them all the way yet, just getting those snugged up evenly. And there we go. So those are all in place. So you just turn that until you hear the click. That's when you know it's at 129. All right, there we go. All on. So these are ready to put the wheels on, and that's it. All right, I've got the wheels back on, and look at that. It's almost perfectly lined up with the fender. And can't get much closer than that. That's 20 on the back. $15 on the front. Could probably go down. I don't know what sizes they make, maybe 12. That looks good. So again, the wheels are torqued to 105, not 129. The spacers are torqued to 129. So one thing you want to do is, after a couple hundred miles of driving, you want to take the wheels back off, make sure that the spacers are still at 129, and then put the wheels back on and tighten those back. And then again, a few weeks after that, a few hundred miles, check them again, just to be sure that nothing is loosening up, and then you're good to go. What do you think? Do you like the stance? Also, these tires have almost 20,000 miles on them. They look great. I've had them on for about a year and a half. They've just lasted so much longer than any of the stock tires I've used. I did rotate them, so front to back, back to front. But I think I've got quite a few more miles in these. These are the Cross Climate 2 from Michelin. I absolutely love these tires. They're good in snow, but they're also great in the summer. No issues with traction in rain or super hot weather. But there you go. What do you think? Let me know. All right, thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you next time.